welcome back to another video. If you follow our channel, you're probably wondering, what is this video? This seems so different to usual. And if you don't follow our channel, the reason you would think this is because usually I am here with Rhys, my boyfriend, and usually we're traveling, just posting traveling content. But if you were an OG follower, you would know that before I met Rhys, I had the YouTube channel prior to that, and back then it was about uni stuff and just day-to-day life vlogging and things, and I'm bringing tiny bit of that back in that I thought I would do some book videos, make it a little bit of a booktube. We're still doing our travel vlog stuff. At the time I'm filming this, we have like a 50 more videos to post, and we're definitely filming a lot more. So the travel vlogs are continuing. If you are usually here for the travel stuff, or you usually here for me and Rhys, or you usually here for Rhys, you can click off. I won't be offended, that's fine. In real time, we're currently in Vietnam when I'm filming this, and I have been whizzing through books, as in I think in the past 2 weeks I've read 9, which is not my record. My record is back in 2018, I read 10 books in a week. But I feel like 9 in the past 2 weeks is pretty good. I started filming a few book videos. There was one that was reading books that I loved as a teenager and seeing if they're still as good now, or reading books, trying to better myself with books, which was reading all non-fiction books that are meant to change your life. But I decided it was all putting me into a slump. I wasn't reading what I felt like reading, so I've decided to scrap that, and at least for now I'm just going to do weekly what I'm reading this week. I just finished a book called Until the Ribbon Breaks by E.K. Blair, which is kind of about a teenager with mental health issues, and I really loved that book. And it was Kathleen Glasgow style, and I love Kathleen Glasgow, so I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to read more of this author's. And I checked out the author, and I think she only writes erotica aside from this one novel. So yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. I wish she had other books, similar vibe. Anyway, so that's what I just read, but now I'm starting a new book. I usually don't do books on my Kindle. This Kindle is like 15 years old. I usually read normal books, but I'm traveling, and I'm also trialing Kindle Unlimited. I had a 2-month free trial, so I'm going a bit crazy. So I'm gonna read The Cellar by Natasha Preston, which I love Natasha Preston. The only thing I don't like, she does thrillers, kind of YA thrillers. They never have a happy ending, which hurts my heart, because when you read a thriller you want everything to be sorted at the end, but it never is. But yeah, I'm gonna read this, The Cellar by Natasha Preston. Let's see how long it takes and if I enjoy it. Let's get started. Okay, I'm 10% through, and it is kind of a different vibe from the other Natasha Preston books, because I feel like they're all set in America, even though she's British. Whereas this one, I can't remember, but I swear in chapter 1 it said it was set in the UK, but then she refers to primary school as elementary school, so I'm a bit confused. She does not waste any time getting into the plot, and it is just as spooky, if not spookier, than other books of hers I've read. But literally chapter 1, it's a girl, she's trapped in a cellar. And I'm not going to give more away than that, but literally she gets kidnapped in chapter 1. So far I'm enjoying it. I don't like it, it's creepy, but it's keeping me hooked. But it's quite late, it's got to be nearly 1 AM now, so I'm going to go to bed and we'll check back in with it tomorrow. I'm currently about 20% way through the book, and I like it because the girl's been kidnapped, and the kidnapping situation is really creepy and really scary and just like not a comfortable read. because the guy's really weird. Like, it's not just scary, it's weird, it's creepy.
Okay, I am gonna say more because when I started these reading vlogs, I have filmed so many of these reading vlogs, by the way, so if you like them, they're coming. When I started these reading vlogs, I wasn't quite sure how much to say in the vlogs. Here I didn't even say as much as what was in the blurb. You want to know what the book's about so you can get it, so I'll give you a bit more detail. So basically, this girl, she goes to a party, she gets kidnapped by this man who is such a creep. He calls himself Clover. He's got 4 girls in his basement, in this pristine basement, and they're his family. She is the 4th girl. He's named each of them a flower, and it's like his thing is to collect these flowers. It's super creepy. And then he expects them all to be perfect in this perfect family. Some of them are brainwashed, and it's just this really strange situation.
And I was thinking, am I gonna have to read an entire book in this setting? But no, because it flits between her family looking for her and her in the kidnapping place. So it's a lot more easier to read than when I read the 2nd chapter. I thought, oh no, can't do it. But yeah, it's an easier read because you have still got the real world going on instead of just an entire book based in this weird place where the man thinks girls are flowers. Anyway, I'm actually going to a bookshop now in Ho Chi Minh, so let's see if we've got a new book for me. I'm looking for one specific book. I'll let you know if I find it.
Heat of the summer over desert land, where the sun beats down like a cattle brand. No sign of water, but you quench my thirst. You're the only one living, and still you burn.
Currently, I think 92% through the book. I'm really enjoying it. I think this is my favorite book from this author so far, because I really like her books as kind of like a quick read on holiday, like a little quick thriller, summer read kind of thing. But this one is definitely the most thought out, the most in-depth storyline, and I'm 92% through. I also like the way the book is going, but I'm not going to give any spoilers, so I'm now going to sit here and get this finished. Here's a segment. This is supposed to be what I'm reading this week. However, because my dad is sat here taking the mick out of me, let's see what he's reading. What are you reading currently? I bet he doesn't even know the name of the book. He's sat here reading it right now. Fade Away. Fade Away by who?
Harlan Coben.
Harlan Coben.
Yeah, him as well.
Is it good?
Yes, it is.
What's it about?
It is about a sports agent come private eye. Very good, thank you very much.
And what percentage are you through?
78%.
Oh, you're nearly finished. So far, what would you give it out of 5 stars?
Probably about a 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Nice. He's just getting into Harlan Coben recently, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. What are you reading currently? I've just finished reading The Cellar, and definitely my favorite book by Natasha Preston. So if you like Natasha Preston, then give it a read. I'm gonna do an out of 5, but I find these ratings very difficult, but I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. If you like Lisa Jewell, it's that vibe. So highly recommend. Now I need to find out what else to read. I'll see if I've got anything waiting on my Kindle. No. So I'll need to find something new on Kindle Unlimited. I have chosen my next book of the week, which is The Twins of Auschwitz by Eva Moses Kaur. I have read a lot of biographical books of Auschwitz. I was really into them in COVID, but I haven't read one in ages, so let's see what it's like. I am currently 43% through The Twins of Auschwitz. It's a very quick read. I've been reading it less than an hour, I'm pretty sure, but it is a good book. I'm enjoying it. I've read so many biographies based in Auschwitz or just based in World War II. I think they're great because when you learn about the concentration camps in school and things like that, you learn one very specific story, whereas there's so many levels to how the prisoners were kept, and what their experiences were. There's so many different experiences, and this is probably the 10th true account of the concentration camps I've read, and every single one is so different. The experience is so different. Yeah, I think it's a good read so far, a really quick read. And if you want to learn more about kind of historical things, but you're not a fan of boring non-fiction books, I would say books on the Holocaust are probably some of the more simple books to read in terms of how it's written and quick reads. Anyway, the sun is setting here in Ho Chi Minh. Can you see the sun on the balcony? Rhys actually isn't here at the minute. He's flown to Bangkok a day early, and I'm flying to meet him there tomorrow, so you'll have to stay tuned, because at some point in the future, I don't know when this video is getting uploaded, at some point in the future he will be having a solo vlog today, and you can see what he's up to right now. I started this video on Sunday, today is Monday, so we still have, it's Monday night now, so we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday left of reading. I have kind of an idea of what I'm going to read next. I hope to finish this tonight or on my flight tomorrow morning, and then I'm trying to read lots of different genres in one video, so you can see a variety of things. So I might read a romance next, like a cheesy, but I hate romance really, but because I feel like there's no plot, it's a bit boring to me, but I might read one of those next. Twins of Auschwitz whilst in the queue for immigration for a flight I'm taking today, and I queued for an hour, finished the book, but then got to the front of the queue. I had my mobile boarding pass and they were like, yeah, we don't accept mobile boarding passes. So then I had to leave, wait for check-in, and then come back to the queue. It was chaotic. Anyway, I'm now through, and I'm now reading, oh, what would I give Twins of Auschwitz? I would give it 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was really good, but it's a simple read, and if you want to spend money on a book, it's not going to take you long to read it, so you have to spend money again if you haven't got Kindle Unlimited. But it was a good read, but it was very much just a story, not a fake story, but it was very much just, this is exactly what happened. There was no fluffing up or anything, which I enjoy, and I enjoyed it, but it was just a short book. That's my only thing. Anyway, I'm now reading What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walters, which is a kind of like a YA romance, I think. I'm about 5% through. I started it in the queue. I don't think I'm going to read it right now. I think I'm going to watch some Netflix, but maybe on this flight I'll read it. I'm now in Bangkok, and we're currently going down to the pool for a swim, but I might continue reading. So what I started on the plane was the K.L. Walters What Happens Before Midnight, and I'm thinking it's going to be the same as the last book of hers I read, that was literally the romance was the only storyline. I guess I think it's meant to be a romance book. Stuff is happening, but like not gripping stuff, so it's not my favorite kind of book. However, I really like the setting of the last one. It was very summery, and this one is set in like a boarding school where the child, where the girl that's the main character lives. She's grown up in the boarding school because her mum works there, but I might be a little bit bored because it looks like the storyline is a senior prank, and personally I prefer a book that's not just about romance. Okay, I'm currently in a bookshop here in Bangkok in a mall called Central World, and it's a misleading title of the bookshop because it's called Asia Books, but actually this has been the best selection of English books I've found, and I have found the second one in the series of the Agathas by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson, and I read the first Agathas at the start of this trip in India and I loved it. Did I read it at the start of Vietnam? I think I read it at the start of Vietnam, and I've been looking for the second one in every shop we go to, but I finally found it. It's about £7 equivalent, so cheaper than the UK. I'm gonna buy it whilst it's here because I've been looking for ages. Okay, I've not read much in Bangkok because if you watch a future vlog, it's been a very exciting time and we've only been here for 2 nights, so there's not really been much time. But today, it is Thursday now and we are flying to Penang in Malaysia, and that's going to be like a beach holiday, so hopefully I'll have a bit more time to read and relax. I have been reading this book. I didn't really read it yesterday, I'm reading it today. I am now, I think this morning I was 30% and now I'm 68%. So I'm chugging along, but I don't know what it is. I'm enjoying it, actually, but it's just taking me a while. I don't know why. Like at the start of this video, I basically read 2 books in a day. And then now this book is taking me so long, but I've not been focused.
She's in a slump.
The book is kind of a slump, but I'm trying and I'm hoping to finish it by tomorrow. So that's my plan. One thing I will say is this is one of those books that is a full book set over a very small amount of time. So pretty much just one night, which isn't usually my favorite. I usually don't like that because I feel like it drags, because how much can happen in one night. So it's now the next day, so that's exciting, in the book. So let's continue reading. I'm coming back in with another overview of the plot because I didn't really share it in the video. I would just say I filmed this clip and talked about the complete plot of a completely different book. So I'm back again after Googling it because it's been a while. But the plot of this book is this girl lives in a boarding school and she's the daughter of a teacher. So she's lived there her whole life. At this boarding school every year, the senior year group, someone is assigned to be a jester and that person has to pull a prank on the whole year. And the jester this year is the main character Lily's ex-boyfriend. But because she is the daughter of a teacher, she has special access to special places. So the jester needs her help. And will they rekindle their romance on this night of the senior prank? Who knows? So today we went to a mall and I finished what happens before midnight. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it as a read, and it was a slow one, but I enjoyed it more than I thought I would actually. So yeah, I'd give it 3.5 stars because it's good for setting and it's a cozy read in the way that Gilmore Girls is a cozy watch. Kind of had that vibe, probably because it was a mother and daughter thing going on, but yeah, it was cozy, so I'd give it a 3 3.75. But the storyline itself was cheesy. That's it for my reading vlog this week. I hope you enjoyed. It's now exactly a week since I started, so we're gonna end it and then I'll probably film another one for this.
What happened in this week as well?
No, because this is going up before we announce it on the YouTube video. Yeah, there's an exciting announcement coming up soon on our channel. You'll know it if you follow our Instagram or know us in person. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'll probably be filming another one of these for this coming week. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in a few days.
See you next time.